So you're looking to change sectors. Are you kind of sick and tired of the sector that you're currently in? And how do you go about it? Are you applying for loads of jobs and getting very nowhere, but you believe you have transferable skills? Here's a couple of tips to help you out in trying to change sectors in your current kind of job search. Tip 1, research, research, research. As much as you can into the new sector. You shouldn't be going about your job search and changing sectors by just applying for jobs through various job websites. You should be researching, looking around, finding out which companies are out there that you want to work for, but also what are your abilities and skills that can actually move from your current sector into the sector that you choose or the sector that you're trying to find to change sectors. Not many kind of sectors out there you are able to jump from one to the next. There may be a lot of requirements, as in you might need to go and do a college course or external training or just additional training to add to it. So do some research, find out what it is you need to be doing to change sectors. Tip 2 is transferable skills. Now I kind of touched upon it in tip 1. What are they? What do they look like? So what have you got at this moment in time? Some sectors you can transfer some skills across. So if you're in the sales sector and you're doing engineering and you move into a different part of sales or a different part of engineering, that is definitely possible. I've certainly placed a few people in different sectors of engineering but the commonality is sales. But if you're an engineer, can you move to one sector to the next? It is possible. Again, you need to look at these transferable skills. And is this something you could be doing extra today to help you and support you into the future or the next kind of sector that you need to go into? So transferable skills, what are they? Generally look at them. Don't think about, oh yeah, I've got them, but what are they? What do they look like? And what is that sector looking for? Tip 3. Bit of a strange one. I always say this to people, which is make sure your CV is tailored towards the job that you're applying for. When you're changing sectors, you can do this by amplifying the transferable skills which are mentioned in the job specification. But also, sometimes it might be worth not going down the chronological kind of CV route. It might be worth just looking at a skills-based CV and exploring kind of the skills and strength that you have within your CV, rather than kind of listing a load of jobs. You could put that on a separate page, a couple of pages down or something. But look at kind of skills. What are they? Transferable, extra courses, everything. And tailor your CV to look like that. But also, look at the job specification and then work with that job specification in that tailoring of the CV. And the important thing, which is in tip number 4, try not to get stuck in the trap of applying for jobs through job websites. What do I mean? Especially actually on this one, if you're quite a senior level and you want to move to a different sector. You need to communicate. You need to speak to people first before you start sending your CV over. You need to have that conversation. A great way of finding out if the job role is open, then try to get a conversation with a hiring manager or link with them on LinkedIn, or try to get an email over to them with kind of your questions and your fact-finding kind of queries that you're trying to find out about the role and will they accept someone like yourself. Look, it's not that straightforward, I understand, but it is nonetheless something you need to do if you're serious about changing sector. So there's a couple of tips for you to think about while you're on your job search trying to find a new sector. And I get that it's not as straightforward as that. It is quite a hard thing to do, changing sector. To some people, it could be as easy as just applying for another job, depending on their current skill set and kind of transferable skills and what that other job looks like in that sector. It could be almost identical, just different wallpaper. For some jobs, you are going to require maybe additional education, additional courses, additional certification, qualifications that need to go with that. So you need to really, really think about that. If you're currently working in an environment that requires you to do health and safety, is there a transferable skill into a different environment doing health and safety? Think about these little things. But always, always, always do your research. Research, research, research. This is really important because if you don't, you're just blindly applying for jobs. And to be honest with you, you're not going to get anywhere and you're going to get frustrated. In fact, you think it's not working. So I hope these tips help. Good luck on your job search. Take care. Why not check out thomaslee.co.uk for the latest jobs in engineering and technical sales across the UK? Or even, how about you check out our blogs and vlogs for the latest thoughts about recruitment and tips on how to find a job and how to find candidates as well?